Hello, this is Steve with the Free Bullion Investment Guide. Today is February 2nd. I am doing a review and outlook for silver. This is silver's daily chart. For at least the last 2 weeks, I have shown you this rising expanding wedge in silver's chart. It is a negative pattern. So the price of silver is expected to fall to the downside. It was actually drawn a little bit narrower in the last video, and it did break it right around in this area. However, it was still I could still draw it, so I did, and it still is relevant. And as long as it's relevant and can be drawn, the price of silver is at some point expected to fall below the rising expanding wedge. However, that doesn't seem to be happening right now. There isn't a whole lot pushing down on silver except profit taking, and that's really about it. Last weekend, I talked to you about, in my last video dated on the 26th, about this large candle right here, this rising candle in silver's price, where it jumped up by 43 cents. That was mostly due to a Wall Street Journal article that basically said that we should expect a more dovish Fed at their next meeting, which was going to be on January 30th. And clearly, from their statement and Jerome Powell's conference, we got a more dovish Fed. They did not raise rates, and they also he sounded a whole lot more accommodative to the market, which pleased the market a lot. Now, in review, in my last video, I stated that silver was going to move sideways until the FOMC meeting. However, it just moved sideways on Monday, and then it just popped up in price, and it actually tested the 1620 resistance level. And it came down on Friday, but that was basically expected after this large move up. As far as for the outlook for silver, I can't really find a pattern in its in the daily chart. So I'm going to move on to the 4-hour chart to find a pattern, and I found the same pattern in gold's price chart. I did release also a gold video today, and they both have the same falling expanding wedge in their 4-hour charts. They often mimic each other, gold and silver, and they did again today, at least this weekend. And so because of this pattern showing up in silver's 4-hour chart, I expect silver to break the $16 level, stay above it, and retest the 1620. Let me move back to the daily chart so you can see. Retest the 1620 resistance level sometime next week. We'll see really what happens. The MACD really isn't telling us a whole lot. Again, it really isn't telling us a whole lot. There's not a whole lot you can pull from that. So we do have the positive pattern inside the larger negative pattern. So I do expect silver to continue to trade inside the rising expanding wedge, but I do also expect it to pop up sometime this week, continue to move one up and test the 1620 level. So we'll see what happens. I thank you for your time. I look forward to talking to you again next weekend, and take care and God bless.